Hi, wie geht's, wie steht's? And welcome back to Cook Like a German. Today, border country cooking, country number 3. And that would be Czech Republic at Bavarian border. And this will be our country number 3. And we will make for our country number 3 goulash. A Czech Republic goulash, but with maybe a little bit of German twist. Goulash is very common in Europe. Everyone has their little differences, but we try to get the ingredients close to what I know, what I ate in Prague last year. Okay, let's see what we have for our Czech goulash. When we went to Prague, at the border, I found this here. That's like actually Goulash Gewürz in German, and the Czech language here. That's how close it actually is. And I will use this one day, but to make it easy for you to, because not everyone has access, this is in general the essence of what we have in here. It's a pretty decent amount of spices. So we have, actually I make it easy, so I don't have to point around. So we have salt, paprika, sweet and spicy. We have caraway, garlic powder, coriander, oregano, turmeric, allspice, marjoram, thyme, sage, black pepper, chili, celery. So this is in general what we have here on the plate, and you can most likely do variations, what you want, not want. I also have onion powder and garlic powder in here as well. But what you don't want to omit is caraway, very, very, very important for the Czech cuisine, and paprika, smoked or sweetened, spicy, that's up to you. So then, that will be our spices. We are going with a beef goulash. There are also pork goulashes, they are like beef and pork goulashes, but today we try to stay with, this is a brisket cut, so relatively inexpensive. Try to make them like an inch or so. When you buy them already pre-cut, they are so big, then you end up like cutting like small cubes, even smaller. So it's better when you cut it right away yourself. And in addition, we will have a little bit tomato paste. This is normally not in a traditional Czech goulash. They don't use a lot of veggies in, but I have one little carrot and a little bit of celery left, so I will throw that also in. We have way more garlic than the recipes say, but we love garlic. This is 4 cloves of garlic, and they are smashed, so you don't even worry about like small cutting it. We have a yellow onion. Actually, this is around 2 pounds of yellow onion. This is around 2 pounds of meat. And the ratio is really, it's very like the Czech goulash is really an onion sauce base compared to a red wine sauce base. So that's very important, the ratio, to keep it at 1:1, roughly. There is a little sea salt and fresh ground pepper with some flour. This will be used to protect the meat a little bit. We will clean it up in there, and also to crunch it up better. We have a little frying oil, basically olive oil and vegetable oil, and we have beef broth. So the first step, what we have to do is we have to get our meat powdered with our salt and pepper and flour. So let me get something to put the meat in. All right, so we use just our salt and pepper, and you can see our flour, and we cover it all up. You can use your hands, you don't need to have something to stir here. It's pretty simple. So our first step is to get that meat, now it's covered, protects it a little bit, get that meat seared. And when you do this in a pan, depending on the size of the pan and how much meat you have, do not overcrowd it, because what will happen, instead of searing, you end up with steamed meat. Not what we are shooting for. This pan is cast iron and very hard. We give it a little bit of oil. Now we add our meat. Alright, what I'm doing here is I'm using actually all the flour what we dusted our meat with. It has two reasons. Reason number one, we don't want to waste it. Reason number two, after we coated it to protect it, later on the flour also will add to the thickening factor of our gravy. Now we just make sure that we get a little sear on here. I would say we give this here, bring it up to heat again, we give this here maybe like 5 minutes and then we continue with the onions. So the goulash, Czech goulash, normally in Prague we had it with bread dumpling, same like I like it in Bavaria with bread or potato dumpling. But again, overarching both countries, they also have a noodle, what they use with the goulash as another variety of carbs. And I will use today my egg spätzle. Normally we make our own spätzle, and my YouTube video channel has already some older spätzle recipes and videos that show you how to make your own. But today we use good old Lidl. We are almost done here with our quick sear, and then we will add the onions. Actually, a better way is we take it out and then add the onions and bring the onions also to like a brown color, dark brown color. What I wanted to mention as well, because these are heavy meals, it's very good to have. We will have a green mixed salad with it, with some vinaigrette I will make, and my to-go is white vinegar, distilled, very potent, makes nice hearty salad dressings with a little bit olive oil and some lemon juice, and you're good to go. So let's bring this here actually to one. You know what? Let's regroup. We keep it in. We keep it in. I have enough room here. If your pan is too small, I would take the meat out. And now we have to add our onion. Like I said before, this is 1-to-1, so we're talking about like 2 giant or big yellow onions. You can use also red onions if you prefer, but they tend to be much more potent than the yellow ones. I made the executive decision that my onions are soft enough, so I will now mix in our meat. Now we mixed our meat in. We're starting to deglaze. This is, by the way, beef broth and around 2 cups. We are stirring. Alright, now we add the garlic and the spices to make. So, some people have recipes they throw the garlic very late in. I mean, we are not burning the garlic here. This here will be a slow cook after we are having everything in here. So adding now our carrot and our celery. Now we are adding our 2 teaspoons of tomato paste. Alright. Okay, now most important. One I forgot to mention, this is actually mustard powder. If you have it, it gives it a little bit of bite. Use it as well. These are real spices and herbs. I mean, it's tempting to use the package what I have shown you, but even that package from Prague is also a medley of those spices and herbs. There are others, you have to watch it. They contain sometimes gluten and soy, and they're called like spice kits, and they have thickeners in it. They are meant to, I throw that in and it makes your sauce, so the thickener is already in your spice mix. This is not the case, because that's why we used flour, and that's why we used so many onions, because this will be an aromatic natural thickener. Alright, now we bring down the heat a little bit, and we will cook this on medium heat for around 1 to 1.5 hours. It really depends on your meat, your cut you have. And so in between, try to taste and see if the meat is tender. And that's your time where you're ready to go. In the meantime, we can make the spatula, we can make the salad. I chop a couple of parsley, a little bit parsley what goes on top, and a couple of fresh onions also on top. It's always good for the eye, so we say. Okay. All right, let's see. We're a little bit over an hour in, and let's see if we reach some point here. So we can see that our onion have turned into a sauce and that everything is getting thicker. Don't forget the goulash, the Czech goulash. It's not a goulash soup. So we want this here a little bit longer. Maybe we look at it in 15 minutes again, and we want this a little bit more thick. But the meat is getting already tender. So let's say we are shooting for, in this case, for 1.5 hours altogether, not 2 hours, because this pan is very hot and the meat is relatively tender to begin with. Here, this will be our spätzle, of course, shortcut, because we had this in our pantry, but it will take maybe 15 minutes max on the medium heat. Then we dish the goulash on top of our spätzle. And I prepped a little bit here. I'll show you what we have here. We have a couple of onions we will put raw on the goulash. We have a little parsley what we sprinkle over. We made a little vinaigrette and lemon, with lemon juice, what we will use for the salad. And with a meal like this, having like a sour taste, like a salad, helps you break down the fat. All right, it is a little bit, let's say 1.5 hours. So I think we are ready with our goulash, what is now nice and tender. Okay, and there you have it. Spätzle, Czech Republic goulash with a German hint, and a nice sour dressed salad. And of course, some beer always goes well with it. Prost. Let's see. Meat is tender. It's almost like Instapot slow cook. Let's see with the onion. And thank you for watching my videos and leaving some comments. I always want to hear from you. What can be different, how you know it, in your area. If you like it, what you don't like, what you would like to change, just let me know.